This lesson is determine the matrix is invertible. This is the original matrix. We want to know, can we invert this matrix? Again, can we inverse this matrix? So I'm going to rewrite this original matrix down here. Okay, I'm just rewriting this matrix down here. Since we are finding the inverse of the matrix, for now, this -1 can stay. Usually, this right here should be +1, but we're just checking to see, can this be invertible? We'll just leave that -1 there. Also, if you notice, there's a 0 here, so we'll leave this row alone. So we will leave row 1 and row 4 alone. Row 4 alone because it's already a 0, so we leave it alone. Row 1, we'll leave it alone for now. Usually, this right here should be +1, not negative. But we are just checking to see if it's invertible or not, okay? So we'll leave that alone. We want the 3, the -2 to be 0, 0. And if you notice something, there's a negative there already. So we'll just use the same number again, and it will make it into a 0. Usually, if this was a 1, +1, and whatever this is, we will opposite of it. But there's a negative there already, so we'll use the same number again, and then it will make it into a 0. So we'll use 3 again, -2 again, which I wrote over here. So 3 times row 1 plus row 2, -2 times row 1 plus row 3. So 3 times -1 is -3, plus 3 gives me this 0. 3 times -3 gives me -9, plus 5 gives me -4. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 8 stays as 8. 3 times 1 is 3, subtract 3 gives me this 0. Repeat the same process again for row 3. So -2 times -1 will be +2. 2 subtract 2 gives me 0. -2 times -3 gives me +6. 6 subtract 6 gives me 0. -2 times 0 is 0, plus 3 stay as 3. -2 times 1 is -2, plus 2 gives me this 0. Okay, so now this first row is here. The bottom row we leave alone because it's already a 0. These two rows, the row 2, row 3 are changed to 0 and 0. So now we have this. Next, we want to get rid of this number right here. This one right here, we need this to be a 0. Okay, so the only way to get this to become a 0 is multiply the reciprocal of 1/4, and there's a negative here already, so we need another negative, so become positive. And then when we subtract this -1, it'll become 0. So multiply -1/4 to row 2, add it to row 4. Okay, so one more time, this is a 4. We want the reciprocal of it, so become 1. Put another negative, so become positives, and then when we subtract 1, that becomes 0. Okay, so negative times negative is positive. 4 times 1/4 is +1. Subtract 1 gives me 0. 8 times -1/4 will give me -2. 2 plus 2 gives me 0. -1/4 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. Now here in this situation, we can stop. All we need to do is look at this spot, this spot, this spot, and this spot. If this spot, here, and here, none of this is 0, then we know that it is invertible. One more time, we can stop here and just look at the here, 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 and here. If none of these are 0, then it is invertible. One more time, we just need to look at this, and this. None of these are 0, then it is invertible. So the original matrix is invertible. Okay,